Hey, what's up everyone? This is going to be another addition to my videos regarding various events happening in the world around us. So the plankton in the Arctic, the Arctic plankton, which are a vital source of life in the area, have been pretty much wiped out, they said. So this is bad news for the environment because they were a vital source of food. Many critters eat off of the plankton. Check this out. This was recorded from commercial flights all over, they said. They said that individuals started noticing these strange red lights. They were strange red glowing lights that were observed from commercial flights at 39,000 feet above the Pacific Ocean. But check that out. They look like something out of a movie. What do you think they are? Please let me know. And I want you to check this out. You can see it weathercams.faa.gov. This map, you can see right here, they show those were on. But all of these cameras, weather cameras, were offline for hours yesterday. You can see they were checking to see their signal. They all went offline simultaneously. So that's 90% of the U.S., the FAA weather cameras along the East Coast were offline yesterday, with lots of military aircraft and helicopters flying over. Now, was it something to do with the military? Was it something to do with the government? What do you think? Sometimes they'll shut things off when they're doing something important, or they want to fly under the radar, so to speak. So give me your thoughts. What do you think the reasoning was? Okay, so if you remember, Martha Stewart was in trouble years ago for basically having inside information to the stock market, which is supposed to be illegal, but all the so-called elitists do it. Insider trading. The chip stocks were to the moon. Anything that she has her hands on, or she has stakes in, go through the roof to the moon and back. Her husband bought millions in computer chip stocks before the big subsidy vote. They knew exactly what was going to happen, and she winds up getting inside information and tips, which is supposed to be illegal, but yet somehow they always get by with it scot-free. When Martha Stewart did that, she went to prison for it. Does that make sense? Only certain people can get by with things. Namely that one right there. If you do not know, over in Portugal and in Spain, they're dealing with raging wildfires right now. But if you remember from 2016, late 2016, it really wasn't as bad, but we had a few fires. Then, around 2017, I think it was early in the year, it wasn't late. That's when things started looking more normal. Water levels started turning back around, and we started getting ample rain, non-stop rain, just lots and lots of rain. Summers were cooler, and then late in 2019, it turns out that we had some more heat that lasted through October. And we had extreme heat through that October. But it wasn't the take your breath away, make you black out, can't hardly breathe heat that we're experiencing right now. Something's being manipulated, and something is causing this, in my opinion, and you can see it every time these individuals are back in power. Over 1,100 people have died in Spain from this extreme heat. And a mysterious red pillar of light appears in the sky over a so-called alien base in Tamaulipas and Veracruz in Mexico. So, Veracruz, Mexico is also experiencing the same thing over a so-called alien base. A lot of people said they're fairly convinced that we're in some sort of prison planet. And they're warning famine is near as giant swarms of locusts devour crops, ravage livestock, ravage their feet across Russia. Now, lots and lots of bugs spread across the United States again. After that, they say this heat wave is killing a lot of cattle. Farmers have no water, no food here in the United States in several places, so they can't afford to feed their cattle. They've had to sell them off, which is going to cause beef prices to rise even higher than they already have later this year. And as mega drought shrivels Lake Powell, millions, they say, will face a catastrophic power crisis starting July of 2023. And if you remember 4 days ago, extreme weather happened across the heartland of the United States. Dozens went missing in Virginia. It caused 400 to be evacuated in Tennessee, and thousands were left in the dark in the state of Maryland after severe weather and extreme flooding cut a house in two, and much other chaos took place as well. And a severe famine across the United States and other nations as well. They're saying a severe famine in Mexico is expected if inflation continues to rise there. It's not just here in the United States, but governments are causing chaos in other nations across this planet as well. Not only that, but unrest and extreme conditions are taking place in many nations. And if the current situation continues in Mexico, the Mexican government says that it will spiral out of control and inflation will spread like wildfire. The world needs to unite against the globalists, as they unite against our freedom, but they do not. Because it's not just the United States doing these things, and the puppets' strings being pulled, it's other nations we see as well. Did you see the buck supermoon? Here's the different comparisons of a micromoon, an average moon, and a supermoon. The buck supermoon was out just nights ago, which is our third supermoon in a row. And is Trudeau intentionally trying to cause a food shortage? Canada's nitrogen policy they signed will decimate Canadian farming. So now protests are lined up in the streets and farmers are quitting by the droves saying, we can't live like this. Same thing happening in other nations across Europe. And Lake Taupo, the supervolcano in New Zealand, is rumbling so much that it's actually shifting the ground above it. And that out-of-control Yosemite fire continues to spread, I spoke about in a previous video. That's the final article for this video, final topic. I hope things get better, not only there, but in many places, as we see these situations spread. I don't like to share a lot of opinions in these videos, but it doesn't help the ones we have in charge. It doesn't help what we see happening at all. Things on a global scale are chaotic, because out of chaos comes control, and I do believe it's setting the stage for a certain individual or a certain thing to take place. These things are getting worse, but they seem to get worse when certain ones are in power, and you know exactly what I mean. Just stay as safe as you can, because the sweltering record heat is coming back across the United States. We're expected to stay 100, and with a real feel, above 100, 105 to 110, for a good while. They say this record heat is expected to last through at least the rest of the summer. So, please stay safe if you can. Stay hydrated. Keep an eye on your loved ones. And much love. That's all I have to say. Peace, signing out. If you can and would like to show support, leave a donation below. Subscribe to my channel. Share with others. Like this video. Leave your comments below on anything that you need to share. Much love, my wonderful viewers.